All right, today we are diving into a program that's trying to shake things up in the world of real estate referrals. It's called Movoto Advantage, and its big claim is that it's building a whole new ecosystem for agents and for clients. So let's see what that's all about. And you know, this quote right here from the CEO of Lower, that's the mortgage company behind the whole thing, it really sets the stage perfectly. It gets right to the heart of the problem they're trying to fix: friction. The whole process is just too clunky, and it's pushing good, qualified buyers out of the market.
So what does that friction actually look like in the real world? Let's break down the core problems this new program is really designed to go after.
What's so interesting is that you're really looking at two sides of the exact same problem. So on one side, you have these fantastic, top-performing agents who feel like their skills are just getting lost. They're becoming a commodity in all this lead gen noise. And on the other side, you've got serious buyers who are just getting hammered with calls and texts. They feel totally spammed. It's a system where nobody is happy.
And that right there is where this new program steps in. Movoto Advantage is being positioned as the answer, a totally new model for connecting the right agents with the right clients, but without all that static.
So what is this thing exactly? Well, at its core, yeah, it's a referral program. But listen, the two most important words here are limited access and vetted. This is not a free-for-all. It's a carefully curated system that's built to connect only proven high-performing agents with people who are actually ready to buy or sell.
Okay, so that's the what. Now for the how. How does this actually work if you're an agent and you want to get in on this? Let's walk through the whole process, from start to finish.
So the journey is pretty clear-cut. First things first, agents have to apply and actually qualify based on their track record, their transaction volume, the markets they serve. Next, they pick the zip codes they want. But, and this is a big deal, access is capped. They're not just going to flood an area with agents. Then come the fees, and we'll get to those in a sec. When a lead comes through, it's a simple text. And I gotta say, this last part is a pretty smart touch. Once an agent accepts, someone from the Lower team actually gets on a live three-way call to make a warm introduction between the agent and the client.
Which of course leads to the one question every single agent watching this is thinking right now. What's the price of admission for this kind of exclusive access?
And here it is, 35%. That is the success fee that an agent pays when a deal closes. Now, the number might sound familiar. It's pretty standard for referrals. But the whole idea here is that you're paying for quality, not just a name and a number. The program's biggest payday only happens when the agent gets theirs.
And this table here really lays it all out for us. It's actually a two-part fee structure. You've got a monthly fee, which can change depending on the lead volume an agent wants, and then you have that 35% success fee, which is only paid after a successful closing.
And, to keep track of everything, there's also a tech side to this. Agents get a dashboard where they can manage their entire pipeline and see where every single lead is in the process.
Okay, so we've covered the nuts and bolts. Let's zoom out a bit, because beyond the fees and the tech, there's a whole philosophy driving this model.
And this quote right here, this really gets to the heart of their vision for agents. The whole point is to set top agents up for success, to value their expertise, not to just throw them into a system that treats them like a commodity.
And then you have this, which is really the other half of that equation. It's about the buyer's experience. By getting agents and lenders to work together inside one single ecosystem, all those old barriers start to fall and the buyer can move forward with some real momentum. So really, when you put it all together, this ecosystem is built to be a win-win. For agents, it means getting connected to motivated clients, which builds a sustainable business. For consumers, it means getting expert, seamless guidance. The whole idea is to create a system that just works for everybody.
And if they want to take that integration even one step further, agents have an option called Lower Connect, where they can pair their clients directly with an in-house loan officer from Lower, making the whole thing even more streamlined.
Okay, so the idea sounds great on paper, right? But is it actually working? Does this model have any real momentum behind it? Let's take a look at the early numbers.
So here's a quick look at the timeline. They didn't just flip a switch on this thing. It started with a quiet launch back in late 2025, saw some serious growth in the first quarter of 2026, and only now is it being announced publicly.
During that soft launch, that quiet period, they brought on over 200 agents. That's a pretty solid start, and it shows that high-performing agents saw the value in this kind of curated system pretty quickly.
But then, things really started to take off. The company actually doubled its growth in just the first quarter of this year. That kind of rapid expansion suggests the model isn't just attracting agents, it's delivering. But honestly, this might be the most telling number of all.
During that early phase, the program has already made thousands of introductions between agents and serious consumers. And that's the key metric, right? It shows the system is actively creating real business.
And all of this brings us to the one big question we have to ask. With this intense focus on quality over quantity, on creating a seamless ecosystem between agent and lender, is this limited access model the future of real estate? I guess only time will tell.